Tonight, live on Showtime pay-per-view from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, two of Mexico's favorite sons, Saul El Canelo Alvarez, will meet Alfredo Angulo in a scheduled 12-round bout. This is a comeback fight for both fighters. No, this fight is not for a title, but instead it is to see where each fighter really is in their boxing career. Both are coming off losses. Saul suffering his first pro loss last September to Floyd Mayweather Jr. via majority decision, and Alfredo Angulo dropping his fight to Erislandy Lara last June. Big fight, huge career impact on both the winner and the loser of this bout. Now to help break down this fight from BoxingPost.net, head writer Eliud Vasquez Torres and Ruben Diaz of War Boxing / The Concrete Jungle. Thank you both for taking time out of your day to give us your insight. First, you, Ruben, your prediction on Canelo versus Angulo.
My prediction for tonight's main event between Canelo Alvarez and Alfredo Angulo is Angulo by TKO in 9 rounds or so. And going into the fight, I can see why Canelo is being viewed as the favorite. However, I believe that Angulo was the wrong guy for Alvarez to fight, coming off Alvarez's first professional loss, and a loss that was really something where he got dominated every round, and he's never experienced that in his career. And I think that we have to wait and see what psychological effect that has on him, and if it'll show tonight in the ring. And aside from that, I think that Canelo is a little comfortable, maybe too comfortable, as far as where his career is at right now. He normally trains in Big Bear, and we saw on All Access that he's training in his home in San Diego out of his gym that's basically in his garage. He hasn't fought anybody as rugged that hits as hard as Angulo, and I think that that's an interesting factor and something that will play into tonight's fight, and we'll see how he reacts. I believe that everything that they've each gone through in their career at this point, inside and outside of the ring, is what's going to be the difference, and I think that that will carry Angulo over, and I just believe that he's a hungrier fighter at this point in time of the two, and hopefully we just have a great fight. But I do believe that at one point it will break into a war. The main factor going into tonight's fight, and I don't believe that Canelo or his team want to actually engage in that. And I think it would be wise on their part and part of their game plan to try to outbox Angulo and not get into any kind of exchange. But at some point it will happen, I believe, and I think we have a great fight ahead of us tonight.
Thank you, Ruben. And now we throw it to you, Eliud. Your thoughts on Canelo versus Angulo prediction, and I'll ask you this: was this really the best comeback fight for each of these boxers? E.
I have Canelo Alvarez stopping Alfred Angulo late. It will be interesting in the first few rounds with both fighters going at it, but Canelo's going to be the fighter who's going to, I would like to say, the counter puncher tonight. He's going to utilize his jab. He's not going to walk into punches. And midway through the fight, Angulo is just going to start falling apart, and that's where Canelo is going to turn it up a notch and get a late round stoppage by a accumulation of punches. I don't think it will be a one solid punch that will drop Angulo, but I think it's going to be just a combination of punches, and he's just going to go. I'm thinking around from 8th to 10th round, somewhere in that area. Angulo is just tailor-made for fighters like Canelo, who are boxers / punchers, who have to box when they have to and then punch and, take your head off when he has the chance. Sometimes I think of what Golden Boy is doing to their fighters, because Angulo and Canelo are both coming from losses, so they should have both gotten maybe a tune-up fight and get a win before this fight, but I guess that's just was not meant to be. Angulo really cannot afford another loss because That'll be 2 in a row. That'll be 4 losses in just 26 fights. And he could pretty much be a stepping stone for fighters coming up at 154. Canelo, on the other hand, has the brighter future. If he wins, there's going to be big money fights at 154, even at 160 or at a catch weight. So, he's the guy who has the bigger future, and I'm pretty sure he's the one that Golden Boy is, bankrolling on to win tonight.